Good evening, and welcome to the September 14th, 2021 regular meeting of the Village Board. Before we proceed, I'd like to mention the policy if you have any statements that you wish to address with regards to tonight, any items on tonight's agenda. There's a clipboard in the back. If you could please simply fill out your name for purposes of the minutes so we get that correctly. I'd also like to invite Dev Mattel up from our Civic and Cultural Affairs Commission to help us with the pledge or lead us in the pledge. No. Just
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call vote, please? Roll call.
Madam Mayor, Trustee Zarate?
Here.
Trustee Watts?
Here.
Trustee Bruxas?
Here.
Trustee Lawler?
Here.
Trustee Doris?
Here.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Here.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting, August 24th, 2021?
So moved.
Trustee Watts, second. Trustee Carpenzano. Any additions, corrections, or deletions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the approval of the agenda. Mr. Odelson, are there any changes to this evening's agenda?
None, Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much. May I have a motion to approve the agenda for this evening?
So moved. Second?
Trustee Rupes, second. Trustee Zarate, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Before we get started, I would like to thank, since we have some members here this evening. Joe, come on up. Surprise!
Both Joes.
Joe Gross.
And Joe Shelley can come up too.
Joe Gross is the chair of our Civic and Cultural Affairs Commission, and him, along with his team, Vice Chair, I believe, Peggy? TJ? TJ and Peggy McMillan. There's so many. We have some of them here. But anyway, these guys have worked super hard all summer long, putting on numerous events here for our residents and even for our guests. The last of which was the Pathways Parade. I think I stressed him out tremendously over the Pathways Parade, between a new route and the bigger, better, more beautiful with floats. I want floats. I think you're sick of hearing that. But anyway, they did an amazing job. Again, all of the different events that they worked hard and endlessly. We're very much looking forward to see what comes of our winter walk. But let's give them a hand. They did a great job. Thank you so much. I'd also like to thank the members of our BCT Commission. So if you're here, stand up. BCT Commission. Look at this. This group as well did put in an enormous amount of hours, not just with our village events, but also with the Pakistani event, El Gorrito this past Saturday. So many events. Thank you so much for all the hours and the time and the dedication that you have put in to operate cameras. I know you guys are still working on the football games, and so we very much appreciate all your hard work and efforts, so thank you. And with that, we do have some new appointments for commissions this evening. The first is Bolingbrook Community Television. Ed Przecki. Where's Ed? There he is. May I have a motion to approve this appointment, please?
So moved.
Second?
Trustee Watts, second. Trustee Doris. Is there any discussion? No? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the motion carries. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to be a part of our lovely BCT commission after I've just told you how hard they work?
I wasn't sure if I should stand up or not.
I was going to say, maybe I should have sworn you in first.
I was like, oh, maybe I'll stand halfway up. I am Ed Przicki. I have been doing video production work for over 20 years. Born and raised in Bolingbrook, a product of Bolingbrook grade school, elementary school, middle school. And almost a lifetime resident in Bolingbrook. Love video production and thought it was time to start giving back to the community and start sharing the joy that I have for video production and share the greatness that I have towards the community and start giving that back. And been so happy to be working with the great BCT team. They have taught me a lot and I hope to return the favor.
Well, wonderful. We're very glad to have you. Obviously, we love having members of the community step in and help, but more importantly, helping with things that they're passionate about. So this seems like it's something that you enjoy, that you do, and we look forward to your expertise in that area and being a part of our BCT team. With that, I state your name.
I, Ed Przicki,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook,
the Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as
BCT Commissioner
BCT Commissioner
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
in a manner prescribed by law.
in a manner prescribed by law.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Want to come over here? And
Sure.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Mayor.
so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we have some appointments for our Civic and Cultural Affairs Commission. We have Jose De La Torre, Amy Kennedy, Eladio Kennedy, and Katerina Turman. If you're here, can you please come up? And let's have our, Ed, why don't you come back up here, and all of our BCT guys that are here, you guys come up here and join them. We'll let you guys stand here and the newbies come over here. Wherever you want at this point. We're just trying to be somewhat distant. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Jose De La Torre. I'm going to be one of the new commissioners, and it's been really nice. Been living here in Bolingbrook for, oh, wow, a lot of years now.
That's a good thing.
Got deployed from here. I'm a veteran from the Army, so it's been really nice getting to know everybody.
Good. Eladio.
Yes. Hello, my name is Eladio Kennedy. Just don't ask me about my last name, no relation to John F. Kennedy. I've been living here 2019, and I'm here with my beloved wife, Amy. This is my first time taking the step up for a commission. I have great friends here, Joe Shelley, Vince Guardado, and a few others. And this is really exciting. And
Good. Well, thank you for joining us.
I'm Amy Kennedy, and I've been living in Bolingbrook for 31 years. I would like to be a part of the commission team because I want to get involved in the community, and I've always attended events. I've always went to the parade. I've actually walked the parade with the Knights of Columbus one year, and the Jubilee and all that, so it'll be fun.
Well, welcome. Husband and wife working together. Wow. This ought to be interesting. Okay, commissioners that are here, you guys come up too. Come on. Come on, Joe. Who else is here? Dev, you're one of these. We'll let you time out. It's okay. I don't think the camera can pan back there, but see what happens when you work on this commission? May I have a motion to approve these appointments, please?
So moved. Second.
Great. Trustee Lawler, second. Trustee Carpenzano, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Raise your right hand.
This seems familiar.
I state your name.
I, Jose Delatorre,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution
that I will uphold the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook,
the Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as
and I will faithfully discharge my duties as
Civic and Cultural Affairs Commissioner
Civic and Cultural Affairs Commissioner
to the best of my abilities
to the best of my abilities
in a manner prescribed by law.
in a manner prescribed by law.
Congratulations. There you go, sir.
Thank
We're going
you.
to take a picture in just a minute.
Ooh.
All right, now, let's all come over here. There you go. Squeeze in. Wonderful group. Not that close.
That was in my arm.
Perfect. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you so much. All right, we have two proclamations to present this evening. The first is an acknowledgement of POW MIA Recognition Day. Accepting the proclamation is John Davin, commander of the VFW Post 5917. What a handsome bunch. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us. Good evening.
Evening, Madam Mayor.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. It's a big group. I'm going to let you introduce them in a little bit, if you don't mind. Whereas the Veterans of Foreign Wars of United States Post 5917 and American Legion Post 1288 have been officially recognized and endorsed by governmental leaders, and whereas there have been POW MIAs every year from every war in the United States has been involved in, and the federal government officially recognized and designated the third Friday of September as National POW MIA Day. And whereas the sacrifices of the Americans who are still missing in action and unaccounted for from all of our nation's wars and their families are deserving of national recognition and support for continued priority efforts to determine the fate of those missing Americans. Now, therefore, I, Mary Alexander Basta, Mayor of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Bolingbrook, Will, and DuPage County, Illinois, do hereby proclaim September 17th, 2021 as POW MIA Recognition Day and urge all residents to recognize and support this day. There you go, sir. Mike's yours.
Well, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Greg Palmer. I'm the Post Junior Commander for American Legion 1288 and also Post Adjutant for VFW 5917.
Herschel Nelson, American Legion Post Commander, 1288 here in Bolingbrook.
Robin Sutton, Senior Vice Commander, American Legion Post 1288, right here in Bolingbrook.
Bobby Dami, Vietnam veteran, belongs to both posts.
Larry Shaver, Senior Vice Commander of Post 5917, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and Junior Vice Commander of the District 18, Veterans of Foreign Wars.
I'm John Davin, Bolingbrook Commander. I'd like to thank you all, and the mayor and the trustees, our village clerk, for letting us have this opportunity to recognize our POW MIAs. We will be having a ceremony right out here at our village memorial starting at 8 o'clock, so if you'd like to show up, please come. We will be out there about 7:30. This Friday and just about every Friday, I hope you all wear red to remember everybody that's deployed. I'm proud to say that Bolingbrook Fire Department wears red every Friday, and they support our troops. It says on the back of their t-shirts. And thank you, Mayor, for letting them wear the red. And please join us on Friday night. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen and ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next proclamation is in recognition of the Help the Knights of Columbus, Help Citizens with Intellectual Disability Days Tootsie Roll Drive. That's what we all need. Come on up, gentlemen. I know you guys didn't have dinner. You're waiting on those Tootsie Rolls, aren't you? I know. Accepting tonight's proclamation is Grand Knight Joe Shelley, the Knights of Columbus Council 6521, and Joe Freeman, Grand Knight, Knights of Columbus Council 11092. Correct?
Correct.
All right. Whereas members of the Illinois State Council of the Knights of Columbus will conduct their 52nd annual fund drive for their Intellectual Disabilities Program. This 52nd anniversary drive will be held September 17th, 18th, and 19th to benefit our citizens with intellectual disabilities. Last fall, the Illinois Knights of Columbus raised more than $2 million, which was distributed to more than 300 organizations throughout Illinois. And whereas the Illinois State Council of the Knights of Columbus has provided funds and personal assistance to allow youngsters to participate in the local and statewide Special Olympics program, and whereas the Illinois State Council has provided more than $5 million to build or reconstruct 34 homes for citizens with disabilities in all 6 dioceses of Illinois. And whereas since the Illinois State Council of the Knights of Columbus initiated this program, 45 other states have activated similar campaigns to provide much-needed financial assistance for the intellectually disabled. Now, therefore, I, Mary Alexander Basta, Mayor of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Bolingbrook, Will and DuPage Counties, Illinois, do hereby proclaim September 17th, 18th, and 19th, 2021 as Help the Knights of Columbus, Help Citizens with Intellectual Disabilities Days Tootsie Roll Drive in Bolingbrook, Illinois, and urge all citizens to be cognizant of the special fundraising efforts to cooperate in this campaign. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we do your Tootsie Roll Drive,
Well, my name is Joseph Shelley. I'm a Grand Knight of the Council 6521. I've been a Knight since I was 18 years old. I'm now 51. Basically, what we do with our donations that we get, we kind of keep it local. We have a group called Northern Illinois Recreation, and it gets families and people with intellectually disabled come out. We throw a Christmas party for them every year. With COVID, we haven't been able to do our inside Christmas party with our meals, so we do a drive-through with that. That's what we've been doing. We also, statewide and nationwide, we sponsor Special Olympics. And we also do events in the neighborhood, events in the town, and do stuff. Most of the money that we collect from this will stay in the town and be spent in our area.
do you want to introduce those that
Yes,
are with you?
this is Joe Freeman, Grand Knight of 11092. This is Jeff Hemker, our financial secretary, and that's our worthy district deputy, Sean Lynch.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will start out the drive.
Take it to him, and this is for you.
Oh, we'll let you pass that out. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You guys go ahead.
We'll give you guys a few minutes to serve dinner.
to them.
All right, everybody share.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Have a good evening. Good luck. All right, next item on the agenda is public comments. Madam Clerk, are there any public comments regarding items before the board this evening?
Madam Mayor, we have no public comments submitted prior to tonight's meeting regarding any action items before the board. We do have some public comments that are not related to action items for later in the meeting.
Very good. Is there anyone here in the audience that has public comments regarding anything before the board this evening? All right, move on. Next item, we have our bill approvals. Our bill listing for approval this evening is as follows. Bill listing A, $933,455.76. Bill listing B, $1,615,292.32 for a total of $2,548,748.08. May I have a motion to approve the payment of these bills?
So moved.
Trustee Roopsis, second. Trustee Lawler, any discussion or questions? May I have roll call vote, please?
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Carbonzano?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Roopsis?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Durate?
Yes.
All right, motion carries. We have 6 resolutions before the board for consideration this evening. Our first resolution is 21R-057, authorizing proposal from G. Fisher Commercial Construction for stairwell smoke enclosure for Fire Station Number 1. This resolution is approving construction of a stairwell enclosure of the open stairwell at Fire Station Number 1. This enclosure will provide a secure means of egress for fire personnel to exit the building in the event of a fire on the main floor. This is an approved 2021-22 annual budget item. The total cost is $41,275.96. This item has been reviewed and approved by the Public Safety Committee. May I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Watts, second. Trustee, was that Watts or Doris?
Doris.
Sorry, Trustee Doris, second. Trustee Roopsis, any discussion or questions? Seeing none, may I have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Roopsis?
Yes.
Trustee Durate?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Carbonzano?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes. Next, we have Resolution 21R-058, approving purchase under the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative Contract Number 182 for a replacement Ford F-550 service body. This purchase is for a replacement Ford F-550 service body. EJ Equipment is to assemble maintainer equipment onto Ford F-550 body. This is a replacement for Unit 2022, a 2008 Ford F-550. The service body will be used like a mobile shop for utilities, and the Utilities Division will use it for treatment facility and sewer collection infrastructure maintenance. That was a lot. Lucas, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, basically, it's just a vehicle that our maintenance guys use. It fits their tools. It allows them to carry the pipe. It carries pumps to the various stations. It's basically what is the main backbone in maintaining our, not only our treatment plants, but our lift stations and just the sewer collection system as a whole.
And what would happen if we don't have this?
Some really ugly water would be going places we don't want it to go.
All right, okay. Total cost is $147,029. This item has been reviewed and approved by the Public Service Committee. May I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Carpenzano, second. Trustee Zarate. See what happened? Everybody was seconded because of the consequence. Discussion or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Motion carries. Next resolution, 21R-059, approving purchase from McCann Industries per Sourcewell contract number 32119-CNH, replacement one case 621G wheel loader. This purchase is for a replacement of Unit 202, a 2008 Case 621E loader. A wheel loader is also known as a bucket loader. This will be used for loading salt onto plow vehicles, snow removal, clearing of courts and smaller parking areas, and used by concrete asphalt sections on roadway projects. We said some key words here: snow and removal. That's at least. This is a 2021-22 budgeted item and is for a total cost of $187,690. This item has also been reviewed and approved by our Public Services Committee. May I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Lawler, second. Trustee Rupsis. Any discussion or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Next resolution is 21R-060, approving purchase from McCann Industries per Sourcewell contract number 32119-CNH, replacement one case CX26C mini excavator. This purchase is for new equipment for sewer excavation and repairs. The new vehicle will provide access to residential property for sewer repair replacement and will help provide less intrusion to private property. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Lucas?
Yeah, most of the storm sewer in town is actually in the backyards, and while there is some in the street, there is a lot in the backyards. These are where your sump pumps would tie in and drain. We do need to dig to repair these from time to time, and the only thing I have right now is a bigger bucket that would require removals of fences and stuff like that. This is really just a smaller version of that allow us to get into some not only more isolated places, but we do less damage as we are getting back to those places to do the work. So we don't damage residential property as much when we're trying to fix the storm sewers.
Very good. This is a 2021-22 budgeted item at a total cost of $40,398. Has been reviewed and approved by our Public Services Committee. May I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Trustee Watts?
Second.
Trustee Rupsis. Any discussion or questions from the board? Roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Next resolution, 21R-061, approving the agreement with Illinois Convenience and Safety Corporation regarding transit shelters. This renewal agreement establishes terms under which the village will allow IC and SC to locate, maintain, and construct local transit advertising shelters within the village's right-of-ways. The village will receive 20% of the gross billings generated by the rental space of the shelters within the village, but not less than $500 per shelter per year. Has been reviewed and approved by our Public Services Committee. May I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Rupsis, second. Trustee Doris. Any discussion or questions from the board? Roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis?
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution number 6 for this evening is 21R-062, approving a contract with Harris Golf Carts for the purchase of golf carts, golf utility carts, and the lease of GPS equipment. This resolution allows the village to replace existing equipment at the Bolingbrook Golf Club. The equipment must be ordered now in order for it to arrive for the next season of May and June 2022. Money from the golf club's operational budget will repay the cost of the equipment in 6 installments per year over the span of 5 years. The total cost is $686,360, which includes the trade-in value of the existing equipment at a total amount of $237,450. This has been reviewed and approved by our Public Services Committee. May I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Second?
Trustee Lawler, second. Trustee Zarate, is there any questions or discussions? Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Mayor, Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. We have 4 ordinances up for consideration this evening. First ordinance is 21-043, adopting and enacting a new code for the Village of Bolingbrook, Illinois, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, providing a penalty for the violation thereof, providing for the manner of amending such code, and providing when such code and this ordinance shall become effective. This ordinance recodifies the village code. There has never been a total legal review and recodification process by a code company of the village's municipal code in village history. Former clerk Carol Penning initiated this process. The village board approved the recodification of the village code per resolution 19R-024 on April 30th of 2019. The Muni Code Corporation took the current village code and reviewed it to identify areas that were incomplete, obsolete, or inconsistent with state law, and gave the code an improved and modernized organizational scheme, so sections of the code were relocated. Grammatical and style issues within the code text were also corrected and improved. Village staff then initiated a very labor-intense process of reviewing the proposed draft of the code and made suggestions. Other than reviewing obsolete sections of the code, there were no longer relevant, that are no longer relevant, such as water system billing, volunteer firemen, and reserve officers. There were no substantive changes to the code in this ordinance. The code will now be available online within the next 24 to 48 hours after approval and will be easily searchable. There's a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of reading went into making this happen, and it's something that needed to be done, and I'm glad we finally got it done. So thank you guys for working on that. May I have a motion to approve this ordinance?
Second.
Trustee Watts, second. Trustee Carpenzano, is there any discussion or question?
I'll just make a quick comment. I think the mayor sort of understates the current code on the village website is almost, near impossible. You're searching PDFs for keywords. I am so looking forward to this being modernized and easily searchable for my own use. So I really am grateful that I know Carol Penning started this, and Marty, thank you for all your work to get this finished, and of course, all the staff, but this is going to be very exciting to search my next resident question easily.
Yes, we are excited, and I'm excited for it to be done. There's a lot of reading that took place.
I don't have it memorized.
It is very thick. I think the uploading is going to take some time, so don't get on immediately.
We don't, we should.
All right, may I get a roll call vote, please?
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Next ordinance this evening is 21-044, establishing fees, charges, and other regulatory measures, basically known as the fee schedule. This ordinance approves all the fees in the village. Please note that the fees are not being increased in this ordinance. They remain the same as set forth in the original code before the recodification, but now will be set forth in a separate fee schedule. This will make it easier for the public to find village fees. May I have a motion to approve this ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Watts, second. Trustee Roopsis, any discussion or questions? All right, roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Doris.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Roopsis. Yes. Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next ordinance, 21-045, amending Chapter 46 taxation of the Bolingbrook Municipal Code to impose a municipal cannabis retailer's occupation tax. The ordinance imposes a 3% sales tax on any retail sale of adult use cannabis within the village. The village does not currently have any adult use cannabis dispensaries, but if it does in the future, this ordinance is necessary to ensure the business is taxed by the village. The ordinance must be passed prior to October 1st, 2021, in order for the state to collect and distribute any adult use cannabis sales tax revenue in the village in 2022. This is a topic that we have begun. We're still in the discussion phase. We still plan on holding more events, more communication. We've encouraged people to reach out to the trustees. So while we are not approving cannabis in the village of Bolingbrook currently, we felt it was better to have this on the books. So if it does get approved, at least we are able to get our financial compensation. Otherwise, we would have to wait an entire, till June? So we're putting this on the book. It's kind of putting the horse before the cart, but at this point, we're bound by times, and so we need to get this on the book. Again, we are not at this meeting approving cannabis. All right. May I have a motion to approve this ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Lawler, second. Trustee Roopsis, any questions from the board?
Just a comment. As we continue to proceed down this path of exploring recreational cannabis sales, I just believe it's important that we ensure that the social equity component of this is in the discussion. And so while we realize that we're not actually voting to approve the sale today, I just want to ensure that it continues to be sort of on the forefront of this exploration process. It's my hope that it does not get left out of the discussion. The social equity component of this has been a significant aspect of recreational or just cannabis sales in general throughout the state and within the local communities that have, decided to proceed. So I'd like to propose that we make a special effort to engage all resources possible and available to us on this particular aspect of it. Of course, we'll look at everything else as it relates to the vendor selection process and location and all of the above. But the social equity piece, I just want to request that we engage all available resources up to and including reaching out to state level officials on the topic. Obviously, we have a cannabis czar that's been appointed. The original cannabis czar, Toy Hutchison, former state senator, has really been outspoken on the topic. And she may be someone that I think could be great to engage in that piece of dialogue, possibly even the current cannabis czar. So I just wanted to put that on the table and request that we do that so that we are as informed as possible on the topic as we proceed forward.
Thank you. Yes, totally agree with that. As I stated, we will have many more discussions. There's no sense of urgency for us to say, let's pass cannabis in Bolingbrook. There is time commitment to this particular ordinance. We did recently host a Community Matters, and I believe it's still accessible on both the Mayor Mary page and the village website, where we had legal advisors. We had someone from IDPH. We actually had a business owner as well as Mayor Cherico from Naperville. So they were all here and provided their feedback, but definitely we are not done with our due diligence on making the determination as to whether or not we will be allowing recreational or medicinal marijuana. Any other questions? No? All right, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Mayor, Trustee Rupsis?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Excuse me, Madam Mayor, we have the code right here if anybody wants to see what that looks like.
Small book.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is what you can go through at your leisure online in 48 hours. You seeing that? Wait, let me just give you a glance of this. This looks like a dissertation. But anyway, thank you again. Appreciate that.
Don't get hurt.
Did we print all that?
It was included in the cost.
Yes, And it'll be transported to the Bolingbrook History Museum.
We have a no printing rule in the village. We don't print. All right, next ordinance 21-046, amending Chapter 13 of the Municipal Code, decreasing Class D from 18 to 17 and Class D1 from 24 to 23. Francesca's Bolingbrook LLC, located at 641 East Boughton Road, Suite 155. Francesca's Bolingbrook LLC, doing business as Francesca's at the Promenade, has closed its doors, unfortunately. The decrease to both Class D full-service license and Class D1 outdoor license is reflecting the closure of the restaurant. May I have a motion to approve this ordinance?
So moved.
Second. Trustee Carpenzano, second. Trustee Zarate. Any discussion or questions?
Just a quick comment. This is not just the location of Bolingbrook. We have to vote on doing this, but the entire Francesca's, all locations were closed as decided by the owners.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and I know that they were trying to hold on, but the shortage of staff, and they just weren't able to make it after the pandemic, so. Any other discussion, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Rupsis?
Yes.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Now we have,
Public comment.
yes, I believe we do have one public comment that came in. Two?
The gentleman here.
Oh, two public comments. Would you like to come on up? Well, take your time. Do you need, you good? Okay. We'll let you use that microphone.
Good evening. Can I demask while I'm speaking? Is that permitted?
Most definitely, sir, yes.
Thank you. I'm James Wolfgang, Bolingbrook resident since 2013, moved here from Naperville. And we're delighted to be here, but imagine with me for 2 or 3 minutes a scenario where you're in New York on business, your wife is back home here in Bolingbrook, she's a type 1 diabetic, which Medicare has provided all kinds of telemetry equipment, a insulin pump, continuous glucose monitor that alarms when her blood sugar goes really low, to including other things, my iPhone. So I'm in New York, 3 o'clock here, 4 o'clock there, and I'm not able to contact her. Of course, if you know anything about diabetes, you know that's the really critical thing is when you have a really low blood sugar. I mean, it could be fatal. So I called 911, the fire department responded, and kudos to anybody. They were wonderful. They came in. I gave them the garage code so they didn't have to break down the door. So my wife is confronted with 3 burly firefighters climbing the stairs, fortunately calling her name so she knows. And so everything went well. They checked her blood sugar. She was recovered. I think they did blood pressure, the whole standard thing, administered those, and then decided not to transport her. So good outcome until we get a bill for non-transport. And so my questions for tonight, I've called around to the number on the bill who sent me back to the village of Bolingbrook. who sent me to the finance department, who sent me to the fire department, who said I needed to talk to the chief, and we've been playing phone tag for a little while here. So my questions are, is there a process for appealing this? And if so, what is it? Is this a village ordinance? It's not a state regulation. I know from a little bit of research that other fire departments in the area, this is non-standard. Everybody's all over the map. So I don't know if this is something that requires village council action. Is this a departmental bureaucratic ordinance or regulation rather? And if so, how could you alter or rescind it? So I'm here tonight with just a lot of questions, and
Very good.
I thank you for.
We appreciate that, and you're in luck because our fire chief is actually here.
All right. Yeah, I know, and I've returned your call, and you bet we missed
tag.
it. No criticism, no criticism.
No, and I think maybe that you guys can have a conversation.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe he could tell you the process of most importantly, I'm glad your wife's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
She's
the
good.
important thing, right? And there is no board action needed. All you have to do is call my cell phone right there.
Okay.
We'll take care of it tomorrow for you, okay?
All right, very good. Thank you.
There you go. See
Yeah.
what happened? You
Good.
come to a board meeting, we solve problems. That's
Good,
perfect.
good to see government in action.
Yes, sir, and thank you so much for coming in. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have one other comment from Artie Singla, one of our residents. She has a question about our water bills. She's concerned about how high they are, and she just wanted the issue raised and some attention drawn to it today.
Thank you, and I know that she's here, a little camera shy, but it's okay. You want to come and speak? I can't guarantee you the same outcome now about the water bill as we had about the firefighters, so it's not going to be that easy, unfortunately. Good evening.
Good evening. So my name is Adi Singla. I'm a Bolingbrook resident from last 4 years. I totally understand the effort you guys doing it for the water bill, but I just came here to do like if I can do anything to speed up the process from general public side. That's all I wanted.
Wonderful.
Yes. Thank you.
Lucas, you've got some help. Lucas, tell us a little bit about what's going on with water, what you're doing. Thank you again.
Yeah, there's multiple avenues that the village is pursuing. The main thrust behind the need for lake water was not only a quality issue, but just a quantity. Anybody that's been paying attention knows that Joliet is quickly running out of water, and they are scrambling to find a source as we speak. The board about 25 years ago recognized that the wells that we were on were going to run out someday, so we switched. We actually entered into a deal with Citizens. Right after we entered into the deal with Citizens, they sold to Illinois American Water, and then since then, Illinois American has been in several times to increase the rates, and we think have violated a couple contracts. We are currently looking with Lamont, Romeoville, Woodridge,
Homer
Glen, and us in a water agency and looking at the transmission line and getting control of that and being able to control some rates that way. We currently have a case before the ICC that I will be testifying in soon here in a overcharge case. And with some new leadership at Illinois American, they've been a little more friendly to our complaints. So we have been sitting down with them recently, and we are going to start looking out to reaching out to state legislatures as well. I'm a resident. I pay the same water bill. I agree with you. As I showed you, I have my ICC stuff with me, and I've read through a lot of ICC cases, and I've really wanted to put my head through a wall while doing that. So, it is something I'm passionate about too. It does affect me, but more importantly, it affects my 75,000 neighbors, and I really want to work on that and get that under control.
Thank you.
Can you explain how the Illinois Commerce Commission?
Yeah, so basically the Illinois Commerce Commission regulates utilities. They regulate ComEd, NICOR, and Illinois American. Unfortunately, the village does not have a say in that. The last rate hike was actually in 2016, and we asked for a public hearing. We were denied by the ICC for a public hearing because they said the money wasn't in the budget. because there was some budget, the state hadn't passed a budget. We offered to pay for the public hearing, and the ICC said that we could not because it's a function of the state to pay for it. So if the state's not gonna pay for it, you can't have a public hearing. So we were really disappointed about that. Next time a rate case comes out, we will let people know, and, you know, you can go on the ICC website and voice that concern. And hopefully this time around, we will be able to have a public hearing about it as well.
Thank you again for coming in. Taking the time to come here means a lot, and that's what we welcome resident input and communications, either in person or by email or phone call or, yes, sir.
Mayor, if I could address the previous question that came up, and Fire Chief LaJoy spoke to the gentleman. In essence, for the board and everyone listening, we do have fees associated with the fire department. We have a refusal fee, which is what was being spoken about tonight, which was, we also have a basic life support fee, or charge, so that if we have to transport you to the hospital, and there's certain parameters, but there's a basic life support, and then there's advanced life support. So that's if they're running IVs, they have to do life-saving measures. It's a higher fee, and those are standardized based upon Medicare, Chief, is that Medicare rates? Those are standardized by the government, but we found that there is a cost when we go to a traffic crash. I mean, you know, we have to send a couple medics, we have a rig that's rolling, we have runtime, we have wear and tear on our rigs, we have, our guys get injured, you know, it happens out there. There's liability for us to respond to these scenes, so we found that a nominal charge for a refusal fee, because we still have to enter all that medical information into the Edward healthcare system. We still have records that we have to keep. There's still things associated with that refusal fee in order and it's nominal to cover almost our expenses, if you will, to kind of cover that cost. And hopefully to prevent people from using us as their personal doctor. We get all the time, can you come check my blood pressure? Can you come do this? Can you come do that? And so that's also kind of a way to avoid it. Now, for residents, though, we understand that, you know, obviously, as taxpayers and property owners and residents, we understand. We are more than willing to listen to you and discuss their concerns and take each on a case-by-case basis. So that's what Chief LaJoy is going to do on this case. So.
Right, definitely. Okay, trustee comments. Trustee Rupsis.
Congratulations to everybody on their appointments today, and I also do want to send a big thank you to the Civic and Cultural Affairs Commission, specifically as it relates to the parade. I know that is a big undertaking, and I really, really appreciate all the hard work, especially as we come out of COVID and this being a new route. So I appreciate that. As far as announcements, Little Raiders Preschool Lab actually starts tomorrow. If you are interested to learn more about it, you can get in contact with me, or you can email cliffordek@vvsd.org. Little Raiders Preschool is a really great opportunity to have preschool-age kids work with high school students and give those high school students an experience as well. It's ages 3 to 5. And then coming up this Sunday is the 6th annual event, Rockin' the Cause. Rockin' the Cause is a charity event raising money for under-resourced students who would like to learn musical instruments and take lessons. And so the money raised from that will help, in essence, get kids band instruments to get them started. It's a free benefit concert. It's this Sunday at 2 p.m. Bolingbrook High School band will actually be playing first, and then several other really great bands will be coming throughout the afternoon and into the evening. So I encourage you guys to stop by and check it out.
Thank you.
I'll add on if you want more information on which bands, some people have their favorite bands. These are professional musicians who actually perform around the country. And they chose Sunday as a day to do this event so they could donate their time. All the musicians are donating their time and talent to help this. And so if you go to Rockin' the Cause, Rockin' without a G, rockinthecause.org, you can see a lineup of all the bands. Two that may be known to some, Cryin' Shames have been around since the 60s and had several national hits. And the closing band is the Chicago Experience, and if you like the band Chicago, you're going to not be far off with the talent that's there. But it does help, and it's a great event, and some of the Civic and Cultural Affairs Commissioners will be there to help support the concession stand, so food and beverages will be available. I also want to thank those who stepped up today. The commissions, as the mayor said, is a great way for residents to share their talents, and there's no lack of need, and it really helps folks contribute in a very small way, in a very large way, whatever they can fit in to do this and join and help make the community better. So thank you to them. My fellow Knights of Columbus were here earlier. They're, in addition to the Tootsie Roll Drive this weekend, they're hosting a charity golf tournament for the same cause. That's Sunday, September 26th at the Bolingbrook Golf Club. It's a 9 and dine event, so 9 holes of golf. And I think it's $80 to golf and dinner. And you can go to the website kofc6521.com or .org and sign up there. And then my fellow Lions Club members are going to be hosting a meet and greet on Monday, September 20th from 4:30 to 9 p.m. behind Village Hall here. And that's a chance to get to know another great organization of the many that we have in town, learn what the Lions do, and they support vision and hearing impaired residents and with their programs, but get a chance to learn about the organization and join them and meet some great people, some of your fellow residents.
Thank you.
And that's it. Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone who stood up today and decided to get involved. Continue to do that. I believe an upcoming episode of Mayor Mary's Community Matters is going to talk about some more commissions, so be sure to continue to stay engaged. A special thank you. So there was amazing floats in this year's parade, and a lot of people got creative. But just before tonight's meeting, I emailed our own Village of Bolingbrook Finance Department, and I thought that they were extremely creative. And I see that we have some members in the audience tonight, so kudos on being creative for a finance department that deals with, Gatsby's and whatever else. They were dressed up like the Great Gatsby, so nicely done, and kudos to everyone who supported the parade and came out and watched. Another quick thank you, a beautiful ceremony on September 11th. In the morning, Chief Rampa, thank you for your leadership there. We had a great showing, police, fire, and your elected officials. I think it was a great ceremony, and we've already made comments prior, but this community does a lot of things right, and I'm glad that we come together in times to support each other and remember what is important nationally. Two quick events that are upcoming. The Citizens Against Abuse virtual 5K is happening. You only have until Thursday. So please, tonight, head on over to citizensagainst.abuse.org. You can register, $25. It gets you an amazing t-shirt, and you can virtually-ish run or walk the 5K wherever you'd like. Again, citizensabuse.org. And on October 15th, the Bolingbrook Food Truck Rally, that's happening at Bolingbrook High School from 5 until 9 p.m. Food trucks, vendor village, and of course a live musical performance by the Bolingbrook High School choirs. There'll be raffles, it's free admission, and it's family friendly. Again, that is October 15th, a Friday evening from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. That's all.
Just to simplify things, I think that 5K, would we say 12 laps around the pond behind Village Hall? So it's not that much.
For many.
Just 12 simple laps around the pond, looking at the fountain. You guys can all do it. I plan on trying it myself with an oxygen tank behind me.
Let me know when you're going, I'll join you.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'm
It's
already
on.
registered, so.
Okay. Trustee Doris?
Very successful weekend with events. El Grito was great, a great turnout. It's great to see people celebrate their heritage, and it's great to see people who are not a part of the heritage celebrate with a different culture and get to share an experience or live an experience that's new to them. So I was excited to see that, and that's what really defines our community. The parade was amazing. A lot of people out, a lot of families were happy to be with their kids. The bands, all the floats were amazing. So I just want to reiterate that point and thank everybody for putting in a lot of effort to set that up this weekend. One announcement that I have is for blood drives. Blood is pretty much needed in a lot of areas right now, so we want to just push that a little bit. The American Red Cross is hosting one on Friday, 9/17, and that is at 440 Quadrangle Drive, Suite C. Please, if you're interested in giving blood, register at www.redcrossblood.org. And for a second date, there's one on Friday, 9/24 at the Promenade. Again, register on 9/24 at redcrossblood.org. Just one note, again, about the cannabis topic. I tend to find that it's pretty taboo for a lot of people, but I just want to encourage a lot of people to really speak out about it because the reality is it's just going to be a shift in our community, whether we approve it or not. It's a topic that's pretty pertinent right now. So I just encourage you to keep in touch with all of the board. I've had a lot of productive conversations. And the reality is, I just want to make this point that we can't put our personal feelings into the decision as trustees. So that's why it's important that we need your conversation and your input. I do agree with Trustee Watch that the social equity piece is important, but we wouldn't know that if we don't hear from our citizens about what they feel is important. So please text us, call us, whatever medium you want to reach us at, just do it, and we'll have a great conversation about it.
And just when we say emails for all of us is very easy. It's our first initial of our first name and our last name at bolingbrook.com. Very easy for all of us, with the exception of me. It's mayormary@bolingbrook.com. So we're definitely accessible either through a meeting, through phone calls, and an email. So take advantage of that, definitely. Trustee Watts.
Yes, we've had a strong close of successful events here in the village, and it's just really been awesome to see everything come together, including great weather. And so want to thank our staff, police, fire, public works, all of our commissions, Civic and Cultural Affairs Commission, all those engaged in BCT. My goodness, we're talking about long days, and their commitment and their ability to pull off these events flawlessly really should be commended. So definitely want to take an opportunity to acknowledge each of them. The parade was just a great opportunity to see the community be able to speak to people that you may not have seen for a while due to everything going on. So just again, what a great opportunity to close this festival and event season off strong. And as mentioned, we have upcoming events as well as we proceed into the winter season. Congratulations to all those that were appointed this evening. Some definite familiar faces there of people that have been around this community for a long time, engaged in this community. So we want to thank each of them for two of the harder working and busier commissions in BCT and Civic and Cultural Affairs Commission. To have new appointees this evening is a wonderful thing. I just have two quick announcements. The Bolingbrook Community Chorus would like you to come sing with them. And you can't beat this. There's no auditions. You just come and you're part of the group. How can you beat that? And no dues either, right? Everyone 16 and older is welcome. Rehearsals began Tuesday, September 7th at 7:30 p.m. Fire Station 5 is where they meet. I guess this is their concert will be in Bolingbrook on Sunday, December 5th. So reach out to them. Fire Station 5, again, is where they meet. What I'm looking for here, Madam Clerk, is ongoing schedule. That doesn't appear to be on here. But you can reach out to the village and we can get you that information as far as ongoing schedule for rehearsals. The Promenade, 4th Annual Fall Craft and Vendor Show is taking place September 24th through the 26th daily during that time. The annual, again, Fall Craft and Vendor Show, come out, support it. For more details, you can go to www.shoppingpromenade.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Zarate?
Thank you, Mayor. I also, too, would like to say thank you to everyone who came out to our events. We have a great mayor. We have, we have a committees that get together to throw these events for you. And it gets you out of the house, it gets the kids out. And the real nice thing is that we always try to do something. We know everybody's tense, everybody's, is scared. But the faces on everyone that I saw going down the path, it was amazing to see these people coming out. And it was a little hot too, but we had a nice breeze. But it was nice to see the faces of these families, the kids that enjoy this. They do, the parents make sure that the kids come out and watch the parade. And it was nice because we had floats this year, so that was really nice. Everybody did a great job. I'd like to thank them as well. And I'd just like to say for the grito and for the parade, we couldn't ask for more. Living in Bolingbrook, and I'd just like to thank everyone who really worked so hard because it takes a lot of work to do that. I have 2 announcements and save the date. The LaBranche Family Foundation is having their 5th annual Masquerade Ball and Fundraiser. Friday, October 1st at 7 p.m. to midnight, where the Bolingbrook Golf Club. Visit www.llffinc.org for more information. And I also have H2O is having the Cheesy Pretzel 5K. Not your average 5K, 1 mile walk. 5K walk plus 1 mile fun walk, Sunday, October 10th, from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at the Bolingbrook Promenade. All participants will receive a soft pretzel and a cheese cup and a custom furnished medal. For more information, register at www.cheesypretzel5k.org. Thank you.
Great, thank you. That's what we need, a pretzel after a 5K, right?
Actually, before, you gotta carve up before you.
Oh, they give you the pretzel before?
No, after.
I think we're gonna be knocking on some doors.
Little bit of a teaser. We do have a new event this year. It's called the Halloween Walk. That's all I'm going to tell you about it, but go to our Facebook page or our website, get a little bit more information on that. But this is actually an event where you, the residents, can be a part of Halloween participation. So Halloween Walk, look out for that, and it's going to be spooktacular. Okay, anyway. There's no executive session this evening.
Madam Mayor, just one thing. We've been getting some questions from residents. ComEd sent out a notice to all the residents about going back to having them as the supplier of electricity in over the last several years. There was an agreement set up with an alternate supplier, and the quick explanation is that agreement had helped out in the early days, early years of this agreement to save money for residents. ComEd has adjusted their rates and other circumstances, so the agreement is no longer really necessary because it doesn't save residents anything. So there's nothing you have to do that's in the letter. There's really no action to be taken. It's just going to take effect with the next bill for those who actually read their utility bills.
And now you can actually go out and shop your own. I mean, there's several providers of electricity. So definitely residents have the option now of shopping around and finding out who has the better rate long-term, because you don't want someone who's going to give you a good rate today and then skyrocket tomorrow. So everybody's free to do their own thing now, right, Lucas?
Correct.
Okay. Good. Anything else? All right, there's no other business before the board this evening. I would like a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Well, everybody say it at once. Lawler, second Zarate. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you so much and have a great evening. Stay safe, everyone.